You go first.
If I go first? Oh boy, what do I say? My name's Tanner Bradshaw.
My name's Brighton Bischoff. We first met at a New Year's Eve party at Tanner's house, and I went up and talked to Tanner. We probably had about a 45-second conversation, and then I got pulled away by my boyfriend, and he was kind of mad, and he said, "We gotta leave."
We found each other again on a dating app. What was awesome though is Brighton liked my profile first. I go and stalk her Instagram, and so I shoot her a message. "You've been to my house before."
I didn't recognize him at all. I was like, who is this guy? Like, I've never been to this guy's house. Then I was like, oh my gosh, it's that guy. I knew I felt something that night. I knew it. And then I was the one to say, well, let's hang out.
I pick up Brighton, and when I first saw her, I'm like, oh gosh, she is so pretty.
That's what you were thinking? Really?
We were just planning on going bowling, and we had to come up with names for each other.
And the wrong people went to that lane. They started to enter in their name to our lane, and it was Moses.
So we had to keep it, then make Brighton Moses' wife.
Right.
So we picked Zephora.
But the Z wasn't working, so we had to do an X, so it's Sephora.
Yeah.
For good luck, I would have my bowling ball in the hand before I went, and I'd turn to Tanner and make him blow on it.
And then I'd blow all my bad energy onto it.
And then I'd blow it off.
I never let Brighton live this one down, but I beat her 2 out of 3 times.
I beat him once. That must have hurt his pride a little bit.
Then after, drove across Skyline Drive and watched the sunset. It was super fun, took some cool pictures. Then after that, I think we watched a movie, right?
We were just cuddling on the couch in the theater, and he kissed me on our first date.
As one does on a first date.
And I'm glad he did, because I had a date hangout planned for the next night, and I canceled the date, and I went over and hung out with Tanner.
Kept dating for the next month, and it was funny because there were so many times where I'm like, oh, let's just make this official already. We know it's gonna happen.
Tanner came up to Logan. We went on this hike and climbed on top of this water tower.
I was gonna wait until I saw a shooting star to do it, make it all cheesy, you know what I wish for? I wish she'd be my girlfriend, but then we never saw
But
one.
he did it even more cheesy. Jazz hands, will you be my girlfriend? And I'm like...
And that brings us to November, the proposal.
I knew he had the ring. It was kind of just like a guessing game on which weekend. And then I get invited by his mom to go to the nail salon. I was like, okay, this is happening.
She made it very clear, before you propose, I have to get my nails done. We go out to dinner. I know that she knows that it's happening, so it's kind of like, oh, where are we going? I'm like, oh, we're going to a football game out in the middle of nowhere.
We were gonna go to my cousin's concert.
Yes. I was taking her to her cousin's concert in the middle of the desert. Weeks before, I'd gone out to the sand dunes and planned it all out with my buddies. We walk up, and they had this cool setup with a little flower petal walkway, and then little electronic candles in the sand that spelled out "Marry Me." I told you why I loved you and how I wanted to spend the rest of my life with you, and I proposed. The thing that I learned from somebody was, and it was super simple, hey, how do you know when that person's the right person? And he said, well, could you imagine your life without that person? If the answer is no, then that's how you know you have something special. Okay guys, what's Tanner doing here?
I'm super excited, anxious in a good way. I'm just happy to make it official.